Hello friends and welcome to today's session on VREST NG. In this session we will discuss how you may validate your JSON API response structure through JSON schema. Let us first discuss what is JSON schema. So JSON schema is a JSON based format for defining the structure of JSON based data. With structure of JSON based data we may validate various aspects of our API response. For example, we may validate the type of each JSON field, and we may validate whether required fields are there in the response or not. We may even check whether there should not be any extra field in the API response. We'll also see the checks related to the nullable fields. And there are various other checks available in the JSON schema which you may perform on your JSON data. So in this session we will use the same test case which we have created in our previous session. You may look at our previous video on how you may create a test case in VREST NG application. So let us first execute this test case by clicking on this run single button, or you may use the run button available in the left pane as well. It will show you the results on the right side. So far we have validated only the status code assertion. Let us see the execution details. So this is the actual response which we have received from the API. Now let us define the JSON schema in the expected schema tab to validate the structure of our API response. For that, first enable expected schema. Now define your JSON schema over here. So for our sample API response, I already have the JSON schema. In this JSON schema, we are validating the type of fields, whether the title and body property is of type string or not. And we are also checking that these required field must be there in the response. So let's save it and try to run the test case again. As you can see that our second assertion has been passed. That means our API response is matching the structure which we have defined in the expected schema tab. Now let's say if we change our schema to make the test case fail. Suppose if I change the type of title property to number, and if I run the test case again, as you can see that our test case has failed, and the second assertion is showing you the exact reason why this particular test case has failed. As you can see that it is showing you that this title property should be number, but we have received it as a string. So let's change it back to string and run it again. Now let's see our actual response. In the actual response, as you can see that there is a field named as user ID which we have not checked in our JSON schema. But still our test case is passed because in our JSON schema we have instructed to validate only the specified fields. So this test case will not fail if there are any additional fields in the API response. But suppose we want to make our test case fail if there are any additional field in the JSON response, then you can just specify additional properties to false and save it. Now if you run the test case, you can see that our test case has failed because there is an additional property user ID in the API response. To fix our test case, you may define the user ID property in your JSON schema. That's it. Now if we run the test case again, as you can see that our test case has passed again. Now let's see how you may allow certain fields to be nullable in the JSON response through JSON schema. To understand this, let me first change the request body. Now let's send the body field to null in our request body, and if we run the test case again, you can see that our test case has failed because the body field should be string, but in the actual response we are receiving it as null. To handle this scenario, you may set the nullable property to true for the body field. Now if we run the test case again, as you can see that our test case is now working fine. Now suppose if you want to reuse the same schema in multiple test cases, then just copy the whole schema and define it in the configuration and then schemas section. Let's paste it over here and name it say post and save it. These are global schema definitions which you may reuse inside your API test cases, and you may even refer one global schema inside another global schema as well. You can import these schema definition from your API specification files as well. We will look at how you may import a Swagger or OpenAPI spec in a separate session. Now we have defined our global schema. Now let's use this global schema in our test case. So our schema name is post, and in the test case simply refer our global schema like this. And if you run the test case again, you can see that our test case is still working fine. So in this way you may reuse your global schema in your API test cases. Reusability is the major concern area, so we focused greatly on the reusability aspects of the test cases so that your API test data remain more maintainable. In the future session, we will also see how you may even define an API specification file and derive your entire API testing through the API specification file. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this session has provided meaningful information to you. Feel free to comment on this video to provide your suggestions and your valuable feedback.